Nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
I do.
Your Honor, I believe the parties are in agreement to everything except for conservatorship. I'll go ahead and announce the agreed portions. There's no family violence. The mother is requesting a non-disclosure. Support will be based on minimum wage. There are 3 children before the court, and then he has 1 other child. Child support would be $311 a month, beginning January 1st, 2024. And then medical support will be $113 a month, beginning January 1st, 2024. The health insurance will be through the government plan. There will be a retro child support judgment of $9,335, payable at $134 a month. There will be a standard possession order, and a geographic restriction to Dallas County and surrounding counties. And then pickup and drop off will occur at the Kira Troop's mother's house, Chauncey Rollins, and court costs will be as billed to the father, Mr. Johnson. That's the extent of the agreed portions of the order. I'll call the parties. I call the mother, Kira Troop. Miss Troop, could you state your full name?
Yes, Kyra Troop.
Okay. And ma'am, what's the name of the child that you have with Mr. Johnson?
I have Keaton Johnson, Zamir Johnson, and Aquarius Johnson Jr.
Okay. And ma'am, is it correct that the parentage has not been established for the children?
Meaning?
That Mr. Johnson has not been established as the father of the children?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And ma'am, is it correct that you're not asking for DNA testing?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, did you hear the announcement regarding this case?
Yes, ma'am, I have. I just want to disagree with the radius thing of moving from Dallas to Fort Worth. I am on Section 8, so I do want to explore my options when I do move. So that will be a disagreement for me.
Okay. We'll discuss that in just a moment.
Okay.
Do you agree to everything except the conservatorship and the geographic restriction?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So ma'am, is it correct that you want to be appointed sole managing conservator of the children?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
And ma'am, has there been any family violence between you and Mr. Johnson?
No, ma'am.
And ma'am, why are you asking for a non-disclosure of your contact information?
Because he has threatened my well-being too many times.
Okay. So he's threatened or harassed you?
That is correct. He's threatened to bust out my windows. He's threatened to pop tires. He's threatened to beat on doors. And I just don't want those problems at all.
Has he ever done any of that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And when was the last time that he made a threat like that?
It was about a few months ago, back when I was staying with my mom. So maybe
Like
back in May.
Okay. And ma'am, is that the reason why you want to be appointed sole managing conservator of the children?
No, the reason why I want to be sole conservator of the children is because he has threatened their well-being as well, as in dropping them off outside when nobody is home. He has threatened to not get them anymore. He is threatened to, he's just threatened them their well-beings too many times.
Okay. Are you okay with him having standard visitation with the children?
Mr. Johnson, would you please stop interrupting? Were you here at 9 o'clock when I told you you cannot interrupt the other person? You have to wait until it's your turn. Were you here? Well, then you were late. All right, go ahead and continue.
Okay, Miss Troop, are you okay with him having a standard visitation schedule?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And ma'am, is it correct that you want no geographic restriction for where you live with the children?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that's because you want to see if you can move somewhere else outside of Dallas.
That is correct. I do want to expand with my Section 8. Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
Okay, and ma'am, you understand that with a geographic restriction, you could still move to Dallas County or the counties that surround Dallas. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pass a witness.
Okay.
I call the father Aquarius Johnson. Mr. Johnson, could you state your full name?
Aquarius Johnson.
Okay, and sir, did you hear the announcement that was made regarding your case?
I did.
Are you in agreement to the terms of this proposed order regarding everything except for conservatorship and the geographic restriction?
As far as conservatorship, what is that?
So sir, that's the rights and duties that y'all will have as parents.
She can have it.
Okay, sir. So you
And
are in agreement to the
the-
proposed order except for to the proposed order?
Yeah, the geographic thing, you can take that off too, as long as it's within Texas.
Okay, so you are you okay with her being appointed sole managing conservator of the children?
That means like deciding doctors and things of that nature.
Yes, sir.
That's fine.
So it would mean that she would have the right to make day-to-day decisions regarding the children.
No.
Okay, so you want to be appointed joint managing conservators?
Like joint.
Okay, and you want a geographic restriction to Texas?
Texas is fine.
Okay, and sir, you understand that that would make your possession more difficult for you to exercise if she was to live in like Waco or San Antonio or Austin or El
Yes.
Paso?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Pass a witness.
All right, DEFA, agreements that y'all made are all fine. We're doing a geographic restriction to Texas, I'm sorry. And it'll be a sole managed conservatorship where Ms. Troop will be the one to make the decisions. And everything else y'all agreed to will be part of the court order. The Attorney General's office will draft an order and email you both a copy after I sign it. Please read the order and make sure you understand what it says. Do not make direct payments to the mother. And hopefully y'all can get to better agreements in the future.
Can I say one?
What do you need to add, Mr. Johnson?
There's been since this court thing, I haven't spoken to or seen my children for about 6 months roughly. Is there a way I could get an order where I have like at least electronic access to them day to day?
No. You agreed to a non-disclosure of her address that she didn't have to give you her address, right?
That's fine. I mean, like, can I not like Zoom my son on his phone or something?
It's up to Miss Troop. She needs to let you do that if she wants. But it can't, probably not every day. That doesn't sound too reasonable.
Yeah, every day is fine, but
Every day is
okay.
not fine.
Yes, sir.
Maybe once a week or twice a week or something. That makes sense, but not every day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, y'all are done and are excused. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
And
Thank you,
Your
Judge.
Honor, I would ask that the court just note that the father, Mr. Johnson, was present in court today.
Yes.
Because he has not been served.
Yes, I put it in here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Judge, we can do number 16.
All right, Alexis Davis, are you ready now?